Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that is often discussed but rarely understood in its full complexity. Which religion has a larger population in Nigeria, Islam or Christianity? This question is more than just a numbers game. It touches the very heart of Nigerian identity, culture, and politics. So, let's get into the data and see what it tells us. First off, let's establish one key fact. Nigeria is almost evenly split between its two major religions. Most sources agree that Muslims and Christians make up the vast majority of the population, with a small percentage adhering to traditional African religions or no religion at all. But when you ask for a precise breakdown, things get tricky. Let's start with the Muslim population. Islam has a long and rich history in Nigeria, dating back centuries, particularly in the northern regions. Organizations like the Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs often state that Muslims constitute a majority of the country's population. Estimates from various global religious bodies, like the Pew Research Center, often place the Muslim population at around 50% to 53% of the total. This would mean over 100 million Nigerians identify as Muslim, making Nigeria one of the countries with the largest Muslim populations in the world. On the other side of the coin, we have the Christian population. Christianity also has deep roots in Nigeria, especially in the southern and central parts of the country. Introduced largely through missionary work during the colonial era, the Christian Association of Nigeria, or CAN, frequently puts forward figures suggesting that Christians are in the majority. Data from sources like the World Christian Database sometimes estimates the Christian population to be between 46% and 49%. This translates to roughly 95 to 100 million people. A massive and vibrant community of believers. So, why the conflicting numbers? Well, here's where it gets complicated. The last official census in Nigeria that included questions about religion was way back in 1963. Since then, citing the sensitive nature of religious and ethnic data, the government has avoided these questions in national censuses. This has created a data vacuum, which is then filled by estimates from various domestic and international organizations. These organizations use different methodologies, surveys, and projection models, which naturally lead to different results. Some estimates are based on polling, while others use birth and death rates in different regions to project demographic trends. So, depending on which source you consult, you might get a slightly different answer. A more helpful way to understand the religious landscape is to look at the geographic divide. This is a very prominent feature of Nigeria. The northern part of the country is predominantly Muslim. This includes the northwest and northeast geopolitical zones. States like Kano, Katsina, Sokoto, Borno, and Zamfara have overwhelming Muslim majorities. For example, in a state like Kano, it's estimated that over 95% of the population is Muslim. Conversely, the southern part of the country is predominantly Christian. The southeast and south-south geopolitical zones are the Christian heartlands. In states like Anambra, Imo, Enugu, Akwa Ibom, and Rivers, you'll find that the vast majority of the population, often over 90%, identifies as Christian. These regions are home to a high concentration of Catholics, Anglicans, and a booming Pentecostal movement. Now, the most interesting part is the Middle Belt. This region, which includes the north-central geopolitical zone, is the true melting pot. States like Plateau, Benue, Nasarawa, Kwara, and the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, have very mixed populations of both Christians and Muslims. This is often where the numbers are most evenly balanced, and unfortunately, it's also where religious tensions can sometimes surface. For example, Plateau and southern Kaduna have significant Christian populations within the broader northern region, while states like Kwara and Kogi have a more balanced mix, with a slight Muslim majority in many areas. The southwest, including states like Lagos, Oyo, and Ogun, is also incredibly diverse. While historically having a strong presence of both faiths, it is now a very mixed zone where it is common to find families with both Muslim and Christian members living side by side peacefully. Let's quickly recap by geopolitical zone. The northwest and northeast are overwhelmingly Muslim. The southeast and south-south are overwhelmingly Christian. And the north central and southwest are the mixed zones, with the north central being a true 50-50 battleground in many areas, and the southwest being a beautifully integrated mix. So, to answer our initial question, which religion has more followers in Nigeria? The most honest answer is that it's too close to call with certainty. The country is almost perfectly divided. Most credible, neutral sources like the Pew Research Center suggest a very slight Muslim majority, somewhere around 50% to 48%, but this is a statistical estimate, not a definitive count. A few percentage points in a country of over 200 million people is a very slim margin. What's more important than the exact numbers is understanding this delicate balance. This demographic reality shapes everything in Nigeria, from politics and elections to social interactions and cultural development. The idea of a 50-50 split is a fundamental concept for understanding the nation's dynamics. Underscores the need for tolerance, mutual respect, and power sharing to maintain peace and unity. Ultimately, whether one group is 48% and the other is 50% is less important than the fact that Nigeria is home to two of the largest Christian and Muslim communities on the planet. Both faiths are deeply woven into the fabric of the nation, and their coexistence is what truly defines Nigeria's religious identity. The story of Nigeria isn't about one religion dominating another. It's about two massive religious groups sharing one nation. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope this gave you a clearer picture of a complex topic. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments below, but please, let's keep the conversation respectful and constructive. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next deep dive. See you in the next one.